In Eminem's Lose Yourself song, he asked in the intro, if you had one chance to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it or let it slip? And the answer to that is, of course you do. Why would you ask such an obvious thing expecting an answer? Of course you would capture it. Like, what dumb question is, oh, well, I mean, if everything you ever wanted was to catch a really bad virus, for example, then yeah, you should definitely let it go. Other than that, you should definitely capture it. Hathaway, in his famous song, he asks, what is love? Oh, you're waiting for me to tell you? Do you seriously think that I know the answer? In Justin Bieber's Sorry, he famously asks, is it too late now to say sorry? And to that I say, no, Justin, it is never too late to apologize. It is never too late to apologize for making baby. In Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, Freddie Mercury asks, is this real life, or is it just fantasy? It's real life. And finally, the one you've been waiting for, Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men. People misunderstood the lyrics for so long to what they mean by the dogs. Later on, some people believed that they are talking about ugly women. But the true meaning was in one of the lyrics, when they said, and tell the fellas to stop the name calling, and then them girls respond to the call. I hear a woman shout out, who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof. So in reality, this song is about men that catcall women, and one of the responses that women usually use is who let the dog out. And then Baha Men appear out of nowhere and start singing and dancing. So if you are a man that catcall women, then this song is about who let you out. I mean, I still don't know the answer to that one either. So when you download something, your computer requests a file from the web server by clicking on the download link. Then the web server requests a file from the file server to send it to your computer. And then your computer decodes that file into a video or a game or whatever you downloaded. Streaming works in the same way. The only difference here is that it sends the file a bit by breaking it down into small packets of data. And those small packets of data get decoded by your browser in real time. So you don't have to wait for the whole file to finish downloading. Think of the difference between a lake and a stream of water. If you want to transfer the lake from point A to point B, you would have to wait for all of the water to transfer to point B to have the same lake that was in point A. But to have a stream, you don't need all of the water from the stream. You just need a portion of it. And live streaming is just taking the regular stream into another level by adding real-time uploading, where the live streamer uploads their content in small packets of data from their device to the web server, and then to be recorded in the media server, and then to be sent to the client computers to be decoded, all in real time. And so finally, the simps can continue to watch and worship their e-girl streamer. Alright, we are attempting to solve the most important question in the world. No, not the meaning of life. And no, not whether the egg or the chicken came first. By the way, it's the egg. And no, not what is love. Baby, don't hurt me. It's none of that. It's something far more important. It's whether you pour cereal first or milk first. There are many reasons for why it should be either, and you are welcome to add any new ones. But it seems that the vast majority go for cereal first. Why? Some think that when you pour cereal first, you get to see the ratio between cereal and milk better, and so you can balance it to a close 50-50 ratio. And some people even think that they are manipulated by ads, because every single cereal ad starts with having cereal first and then adding milk. It helps them to promote their product even better. However, people that pour milk first believe that doing that helps them stay economical, because you can measure first the amount of milk using a cup. There are even people that pour them both at the same time. We call those mad lads. However, there can be only one answer. And that answer is, who gives a shit?
The famous comic book superhero, the Batman, is designed to be a very grim and a dark personality, but even Batman can't be too dark, because after all, he's a superhero for children, and in order to make him more PG, the writers included a moral code that prevents Batman from going too far, and killing people, and it is embedded in his famous quote, "If you kill a killer, the number of killers won't change." Even that somehow sounds wise and badass at the same time, but it is the easiest quote to dispute. It is true if you kill one killer, but what if you killed more? I know that he means to distinguish himself from criminals, and not to slip to insanity, but come on Batman, you can do better. Laughing is one of the most common emotions that humans express on a daily basis. It is commonly believed that it is a social gesture, much like language, even that it transcends all languages. Researchers believe that its purpose is to strengthen the bonds between potential mates, much like animals when they perform mating dances and songs to their partners. Speaking of animals, apes and even rats have been recorded doing some form of laughter. Also, laughter has lots of great health benefits. While mentally, it helps to block stress hormones. That's why we laugh at stressful situations to deflect some of that stress. And physically it helps increasing the LT and LB cells to fend against diseases. However, there are some situations where it is nearly impossible to laugh, like when you are faced with a tragedy, or depression, or when you are watching a Lily Pons video. In 1975, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier had their legendary third fight, after they came out tied in the previous two matches, and when Muhammad Ali won that match he put his name among the legends. Later in the same year, Ali fought George Foreman, another legendary boxer of that time, because people wanted to see who is the best of the best, and again, Muhammad Ali won that title and the heart of millions, and in 1980, Ray Leonard fought Roberto Duran 2 times back-to-back, where the fight took place after of some insults that Roberto Duran said towards Ray Leonard, that sparked the interest of the fans, so they wanted to see who would win in a fight between them, where Duran won the first fight, and then Ray got his revenge during the second, and in 1997, the second fight between the boxing legends, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, is remembered by all fans by the famous biting incident, where Mike Tyson bit the ear of his opponent, which got him disqualified and had his boxing license removed from him. But not without going down in the memory of everyone, and nowadays, the biggest boxing match is between two YouTubers that everyone just wants to see them get punched in the face. Interesting. When creating the video game, Space Invaders, the creator Tomohiro Nishikato found a lag in the game. That lag caused the enemies to multiply. However, instead of fixing it, he intentionally left the lag in the game. His reason for that was to make the game harder and more challenging. Ha ha ha, lazy Dark Souls developers, they still haven't fixed the lags in their game yet. I am sure they'll fix it soon. Anytime now. One time, Facebook created an AI chatbot. In fact, they created two chatbots, one named Bob, and one named Alice. The purpose of those chatbots was to be used in customer service. In order to test them out, they conducted an experiment where they made them talk to each other. However, they had to shut them down afterwards, because they started talking in a language made up by them. At first it seemed normal, but it quickly turned to incomprehensible statements. Later on, researchers revealed that that was a result of the chatbots using shorthands, and they denounced the dramatized reports that covered the incident. Have fun sleeping tonight. According to the UN, 13 million tons of plastic waste leaks to the ocean every year. That means around 441